Hi everyone, this is Kathy with inkingitupwithkathy.blogspot.com, and you may recognize this card that folds out like this. I made this card a long time ago. It was one of my very first videos, and unfortunately, because it was one of my very first videos, I wasn't real good at videotaping, and most of the information was somewhere down here, meaning that you couldn't see what I was doing. Nor did I provide you with all of the measurements. So I've had some requests. So I thought I would redo this card again. Unfortunately, I don't have this paper any longer, so I thought I would do something with some Christmas paper. So let's get started. I'm going to bring my cutter out, and this is a piece of 12-inch paper, and I need it to be 12 inches by 5.5 inches. So I'm just going to cut this off here, just like that. So now I have 12 by 5.5. And I want to score it at 4 1/4. I'm going to bring that down so you can actually see my measurements. So we're going to score this at 4 1/4. Bring it over, and we're going to score it at 7 3/4. And finally, we're going to score it at 11 1/4. Like this. Okay. Now we're going to take it and we're going to turn it lengthwise. We're going to put this 4 1/4 inch, this wide one here, down at the bottom, and we're going to measure over here a 1/2 inch. And we're going to take this scoring blade, actually the cutting blade, and we're going to start at that 4 1/4 inch scoring spot, and we're going to cut right up to the top. Okay? Pull that out. Get our scissors and cut that. Now we're going to put it back in again, and this time we're going to take this one and we're going to put that at 3/4 of an inch. And this time you're going to look at for this 11 1/4 inch score line, and we're just going to start at that and cut. And we're just cutting off that little corner right there. And then take our cutter and put it off to the side. And cut that little piece off as well. Okay. This will be the back of your card, so it's going to fold this direction. We'll get the bone folder and press it down. This will fold back this way. Bone folder and get that down, and then this will come forward, this flap here, just like that. Now for this piece, I would recommend that you use a heavy adhesive like Fast Fuse, not your snail, but you're going to take another piece of the Early Espresso cardstock as well, and this is 4 1/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And we'll just run it down this and place your piece here. So there's your card. Okay, super easy. Okay, so let's get decorating this. So I am going to use for the front panel a piece of the Presents and Pine Cones Designer Series paper from the holiday catalog and some Emerald Envy paper. This piece here is 4 inches by 2.5 inches, and this piece of DSP is 3 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And I'll just take my snail and place this on here like that. And then I can go ahead and put that on the front of my card. Okay. So then I took the Perfect Pines framelits and created a couple of layered pieces and got some of the pine boughs and one of the cute little copper pine cones and tied it with the cherry cobbler twine. And then finally I want to give you another trick, because I always include a trick or two in my videos. And on this one, I thought this was a great idea that I recently saw at Scrapbook Expo. For getting these out, instead of using paper piercers or other things, get yourself a lint remover. Now, you can't go to the dollar store and get the super cheap ones because they're just not tacky enough. But this is a Scotch brand one, so it's nice and tacky. And if you take this and you just kind of press down a bit, look at that, peels right off. Super easy. And there's my piece. So I'm going to take some glue dots and put that all together. Take one and put it here and layer my two like that. Take one on the back of this piece and place it on there. And another piece for this one. And finally, a couple of them on the back here. Put those on there just like that. My apologies if you hear my dog. There must be a squirrel outside. And she's going crazy. Then we'll take a glue dot and place that right there on top. I have to reach back behind me and grab some dimensionals. Put those on the back. And there's the front of our card. Okay, on the inside, we'll take another piece, and again, these are the exact same size, which is 4 inches by 2.5 inches and 3 3/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. And we'll take those and put those on. What's good is this piece here will hide this seam for you. So hardly anybody's going to even notice that there was some layering being done. And again, on this one, I took some more of the Perfect Pines pine cones and sprigs and put them together for on this spot. And this time I will place them, come on, just straight down like that. Okay. For these two panels here, for these two panels, we're going to take a piece of the Emerald Envy that is 4.5 inches by 3 1/4 inches, and a piece of Whisper White that is 4 1/4 inches by 3 inches. We're going to go ahead and stamp on this one with some Emerald Envy ink. and the pine boughs from the Christmas Pines stamp set. And I'm just going to stamp them up in this top corner once, twice, and 3 times, just like that. Okay, set that to the side. And I actually stamped it also on the back side, so I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Just like this. Whoops. Okay. And then for this one here, it measures the same. These two are measuring the same, which is 4.5 by 3 1/4 and 4 1/4 by 3. And this time I'm going to stamp those same boughs, but I'm going to do it straight up and down. Just like that. And I've got a little bit of a spot here that I didn't do real well, but that's okay because I'm going to have something that's going to cover that. So I'll go ahead and secure this one down. Okay. Then I'm going to take one of the Seasonal Bells stamps and a piece of So Saffron and Delightful Dijon ink and stamp that, but I'm actually stamping 2 of those and then punching them out. And you know, if you're struggling to get your piece of paper, if it's too small, into your punch just right, take a piece of a Post-it note, place it on the side, and now you have yourself a handle. And you'll punch that out just like that. Okay. So I have 2 of those already, and I've glued them together along with the little bow from the Perfect Pines framelits as well. And that is going to go on dimensionals. And we'll put that right there like that, and that will hide the spot that didn't stamp well. I'm going to take this one, and I meant to do this before gluing this down to the green, the Emerald Envy, but we'll go ahead and do it now. I'm going to put this little washi tape from the Presents and Pine Cones suite, and I'm going to just put that down here. And I'm just going to wrap it behind. Just like that. That one is going to come and be placed in this 3rd panel here. Like that. This one here, I need to stamp a sentiment in Early Espresso. And this is also from the Christmas Pines, and it says, "May your Christmas sparkle with joy and happiness." And I'm going to just stamp that down here. And I have a couple of little pine cones that I am going to attach with a couple of glue dots. Real quick. And they'll go up in that corner. This one will be secured down here. And the final panel here, I have a piece of Emerald Envy, which is 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches, and a piece of Designer Series paper, which is 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches. And that will glue there. And that will glue down on the inside, like that. Then I have this little piece of Whisper White, which I cut down. And I'm not sure what I cut it down to. I used it based upon the stamp I'm going to use. So let's see what it is. It's 2 1/4 by 1 1/2, and then I have a matting piece as well that is 1 3/4 by 2 1/2. Okay, so on this little one here, I've got this stamp which says Tidings of Comfort and Joy, and I think I'm going to do that in the Emerald Envy. Or actually, let's bring some cherry cobbler in on this card, since all our cherry cobbler is just with the bow here. So let's bring this in. Ink that up, place this on here. Hopefully I've got it right. Yeah, good enough. And that will be glued down onto the mat here. And I'll put some dimensionals. On here, and we'll put that down here like that. Okay, so there's the card. Isn't that pretty? So this time, hopefully I've covered all of the measurements, and you can make either one of these cards. Hope you enjoyed the video.